Becky Troodler is a cutting-edge Jewish educator who is passionate about reaching every child and empowering them to reach their potential. Through her leadership, she shapes the lives of her students and provides them with the necessary tools to become the Jewish leaders of tomorrow. Areyvut is thrilled to be recognizing Becky Troodler with the Community Leadership Award.
I believe that we're each put in this world with a role or job to play in making this world better for ourselves and for others. When you figure out what that role is, you need to embrace it and you need to move forward with it. My role is to help students and teachers grow, to create schools that are child-centered and bring learning to a joyous and meaningful place. This is my tikkun olam. It has impacted me because it has meant that every day I get to go to work feeling like I'm not just doing my job, but I'm impacting the future of the Jewish people as a whole on a macro level and impacting the lives and development of students and teachers on a micro level each and every day.
Generally, when you hear about somebody who's being honored for the Community Leadership Award, it's because they're a member of the community and they're being recognized for their acts of leadership. In Becky's case, I think you can sort of flip it around. She is a leader because she created a community. She created a community of students, a community for the teachers, and even a community among her fellow administrators. When I reflect on sort of, just some of the choices and some of the programs that Becky really helped initiate, the Areyvut Hope program I think really does stand out. I think it is such a notable example of a time where Becky's vision of an idea for children to not only think about chesed or talk about chesed, but to really develop the beginnings of a lifelong commitment to understanding deeply what chesed is all about, was really something that she wanted to be part of the fabric of the middle school program. She is a person with tremendous vision and who has the strength and ability to see that vision through. And that's tremendously empowering to those who work together with her, as well as to the students who see her do that.
Mrs. Troodler impacted me in so many different ways. She was my teacher in 3rd grade, and it was the first time that a teacher really, I was young, so I hadn't had that many teachers, but it was the first time that a teacher really cared about me, not just my academic studies, but me as a person. And something that was so amazing about Mrs. Troodler is that she made every single person feel special.
I'm a sophomore in high school now, and it was just amazing to have someone like Mrs. Troodler to look up to, because it wasn't only always about school with her. I could also ask her personal questions, and it was just, especially a time in my life where I was growing so much, it was really important to have someone like that in my life.
So I've had the privilege of working with Becky for the past 5 years. I've actually even worked with her beforehand when she actually mentored me when we both were teaching 4th grade. Before I actually made the jump to middle school, the first year that Becky was assistant principal. In middle school, she was also a 4th grade teacher, and she kind of like handed over to me the 4th grade curriculum and really just mentored me through that whole process. And it was actually the first time I really got to know Becky as a master educator, as a master teacher, and as a master person. That really, this was someone who was literally giving over her heart and soul. She had spent many years like really developing the 4th grade curriculum, and she was giving over with like Leah Shalem. And that's really just who Becky is, someone who's so giving and just wants everyone to be successful.
Working with Becky has impacted me in so many ways. Professionally, she's always modeled for me what it means to be dedicated. And I just see that she's like relentless in her dedication to what she does, and it makes me, I always want to be my best. I think I've been most impacted by the way that she is so sensitive to everybody's needs, to us, like the teachers, and also to every student, every child that enters her life. She's just so sensitive to what they need to help them feel happy. And she's taught me that with children, it's so important that they do well in school, that they get good grades, but it's like the whole picture, and it's making sure that that child feels happy and content. And I think that's what's really made the biggest impression on me.
I am extremely blessed to be married to someone who is so devoted to our family and who does everything possible to help our children learn and grow. I am also extraordinarily privileged to be married to someone who is so dedicated to what I like to call her extended family, namely her students, who she cares so deeply about. Becky has been incredibly fortunate to have been able to partner with Areyvut, a remarkable organization that puts a heavy emphasis on engaging children and teens in acts of kindness to others. I could not be prouder of Becky for her many professional and communal accomplishments. The recognition being bestowed upon her today by Areyvut is very much appreciated, as it gives me an opportunity to say something publicly that I should probably say more often, and that is thank you. Thank you, Becky, for everything that you do for our family, and thank you for everything that you do for your extended family, your students. You embody what a true Gomelech Chesed should be, and you serve as a tremendous role model for our children to emulate and to learn from on a daily basis. Mazal Tov on this well-deserved honor.
So I was able to take part in mitzvah planning by Areyvut, and it was a very meaningful experience, like walking into the old age home and like lighting up all their faces. How my mother impacts my family is that she always, like from what I've heard from my friends say about her, how she's like always there for them and always committed to what she does and like loves each of them for who they are. That's how she is at home, like even more so. She knows what's best for each of us, and even if what's best for each of us isn't always easy, like for example, me going to Israel was what was best for me, and of course it's not easy for her to send her own daughter away. She didn't anyways, and I'm sure I know for a fact she does that not only for us at home, but for all the students, all her students in school and all the teachers.
My mom helps. My mom's awesome. She always helps in the community in many ways. Mazal Mommy, thank you for everything. Love you. Really proud of you.
Something I learned from my mom is how to be kind and nice to other people. Mazal Tov, Mom, I love you so much.
I've had this opportunity to work with Areyvut over the years, where either Daniel calls me or I call Daniel and say, like, here's what we're thinking, or here's what we imagine, or Daniel will call me and say, I've thought of this great program. Do you want to be the first school to do it? And to have a partner like Areyvut in creating those programs not only makes those programs possible, but makes them exceptional and meaningful and high quality. And it's been probably one of the best parts of being in the Yeshivat Noam Middle School, is having had that opportunity to work so closely with Areyvut. So I think in terms of how do you get involved and how do you start, I think number one, you have to identify what your interest and what your passion is, because chesed is going to be most meaningful if you're coming from a place that really speaks to your heart and to your neshama. And then you have to find out, like, how do you find the thing that relates to your passion and your interest and find that thing. And I think that's where an organization like Areyvut can come in handy. We've had children over and over again who will call up Areyvut and say, like, this is my passion, this is my interest. What chesed project can I do for my bar and bat mitzvah? So the same thing for adults. If like you can't find it on your own, call Areyvut and ask them, say, this is what I want to do. Where is it? Where can I do it? And they can help you to make that happen.